Hello everyone, I am Omshi from EC department. My topic is about condition checking using if statement. In computer science, conditionals, that is conditional statement, conditional expressions and conditional constructs are programming language commands for handling decisions. Specifically, conditions perform different computations or actions depending on whether a programmer defined Boolean condition evaluates to true or false in terms of control flow. The decision is always achieved by selectively altering the control flow based on some condition apart from the case of branch predication. Terminology. In imperative programming languages, the term conditional statement is usually used, whereas in functional programming the term conditional expression or conditional construct are preferred because these terms all have distinct meaning. If then else. Then if then construct, some called if then else, is common across many programming languages. Although the syntax varies from language to language, the basic structure looks like this: if Boolean condition, then consequent, else alternative, and if. In the example code above, the part represented by Boolean condition constitutes a conditional expression having intrinsic value. Example, it may be substituted by either of the values true or false, but having no intrinsic meaning. In contrast, the combination of this expression, the if and then surrounding it, and the consequent that follows afterward constitute a conditional statement having intrinsic meaning. Example, expressing a coherent logical rule but no intrinsic value. While an interpreter finds an if it expects a Boolean condition, for example x is greater than 0, which means the variable x contains a number that is greater than 0, and evaluates that condition. If the condition is true, the statements following the then are executed, otherwise the execution continues in the following branch, either in the else block, which is usually optional, or if there is no else branch, then after the end if. After either branch has been executed, control returns to the point after the end if. History and development. In early programming languages, especially some dialects of BASIC in the 1980s, home computers and if then statement could only contain go to statement equivalent to a branch instruction. This led to a hard to read style of programming known as spaghetti programming, with programs in this style called spaghetti code. As a result, structured programming, which allows virtually arbitrary statements to be put in statement block inside and if statement, gained in popularity until it became the norm even in most basic programming circles. Such mechanisms and principles were based on the older but more advanced Algol family of languages, and Algol like languages such as Pascal and Modular 2 influenced modern basic variants for many years. While it is possible while using only go to statements in if then statements to write programs that are not spaghetti code and are just as well structured and are not structured and readable as programs written in a structured programming language. Structured programming makes this easier and enforces it. Structured if then else statements like the example above are one of the key elements of structured programming, and they are present in most popular high level programming languages such as C, Java, JavaScript, and Visual Basic. The dangling else problem. The else keyword is made to target a specific if then statement preceding it, but for nested if then statements. Classic programming languages such as Algol 16 struggle to define which specific statement to target. Without clear boundaries for which statement is which, an else keyword could target any preceding if then statement in the nest as parsed. If a then if b then s else s2 can be parsed as if a then if b then s else s2, or if a then b then s else s2. Else if by using else if it is possible to combine several conditions. Only the statements following the first condition that is found to be true will be executed, all other statements will be skipped. If condition then statements, else if condition then more statements, else if condition then more statements, else other statements, and if the elif statement in the EDA language, for example, is simply syntax sugar for else followed by if. In EDA, the difference is that only one and if is needed if one uses else if instead of else followed by if page previous the else if keyword both for its curly brackets or colon syntaxes. Then it provides the keyword else if provide the large statements. Python uses the special keyword if because structure is generated by indentation rather than basis. So a repeated use of else and if would require indentation after every condition. Some implemented of basic such as Visual Basic use else if to similar to the earlier Unix shells later gather up to the basic shell syntax. Use elif to but giving the choice of delimiting cases, line breaks or both. However, in many languages more directly discernible from Algol such as Simula, Pascal, CPL and C. This special syntax for nouns. If construct is not present, nor it is present in the many syntactical derivatives of C such as Java, CMS script and so on. This works because in these languages and a single statement in this cause if condition can follow a conditional without being included in a block. Up to Fortran and the language Fortran as an arithmetic if statement which is of between a computed if and a case statement based on the dichotomy x less than 0, x is equal to 0, x greater than 0. This was the earliest conditional statement in Fortran. If it is level 1, level 2, level 3. Because this arithmetic if is equivalent to multiple go-to statements that could jump to anywhere. It is considered to be an unstructured control statement and should not be used if more structured statements can be used. In practice, it has been observed that most arithmetic if statements reference the following statement with one or more of the labels. This was the only conditional control statement in the original implementation of Fortran on the IBM 704 computer. On that computer, the test and branch code had 3 addresses for those 3 states. Other computers would have flag registers such as positive, 0, negative, even, overflow, carry associated with the lost arithmetic operations and would use the instruction such as branch if accumulated negatives in branch. If accumulated 0 or similar, note that the expression is valid once only, and in cases such as integer arithmetic where overflow may occur, the overflow or carry flags would be considered also. Thank you for giving this opportunity.